Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Trinadapi Sunichena Tarar Iva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Hare Nama Hare Nama Hare Nama Vakivalam Kalo Nastyeva 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 Gatiranyava Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So where we left off in our Krishna book class, Akrura was sent by Kamsa with the plan devised by Kamsa that Akrura would bring Krishna and Balaram to Mathura, and then Kamsa had a series of plots. His intention was simply to kill Krishna and also Balaram. Akrura accepted and agreed to the proposal, and all the way driving in a new chariot which was given to him by Kamsa especially for this purpose, all the way from Mathura to Vrindavan, Akrura was simply meditating on so many different facets and features of Krishna. And we also learned last week that as soon as Akrura's chariot entered the precincts of Vrindavan, Akrura got down from his chariot, put his head, his face on the ground, and rolled in the dust of Vrindavan. So we ended with Akrura meeting and entering Gokula. So we pick up from there. This first excerpt is entitled Nanda Maharaj Inquires from Akrura. At dusk, Akrura entered Krishna's village. And when Akrura entered Vrindavan, Akrura saw Krishna and Balaram engaged in supervising the milking of the cows. Krishna was dressed in yellow garments, and Balaram dressed in bluish garments. Akrura also saw that their eyes were exactly like the beautiful lotus flower that grows during the autumn season. Akrura saw Krishna and Balaram in the very spring of their youth. Although they had the same bodily features, still, in complexion, Krishna was blackish, whereas Balaram was whitish. But both were the shelter of the goddess of fortune herself. They had well-constructed bodies, beautiful hands, and pleasing faces, and they were as strong as elephants. After seeing their footprints, which were marked with flag, trident, thunderbolt, and lotus, Akrura actually saw Krishna and Balaram face to face. And although Krishna and Balaram were the most influential personalities, they were glancing at Akrura with smiling faces. Akrura could understand that both Krishna and Balaram had returned from tending cows in the forest. They had taken their bath and were dressed with fresh clothing and garlanded with flowers and necklaces made of valuable jewels. Their bodies were smeared with the pulp of sandalwood. Akrura greatly appreciated the aroma of the flowers and sandalwood on their bodily presence. Akrura considered himself very fortunate to see Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and also to see Krishna's plenary expansion, Balaram, and he was seeing them face to face. For Akrura was well aware that Krishna and Balaram are both the original personalities of the creation. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Paramaha Krishnaha Sachid Ananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and Krishna is the cause of all causes. Akrura could understand that the Supreme Personality of Godhead had personally appeared just for the welfare of his creation and to reestablish the principles of religion as well as to annihilate the demons. With their bodily effulgence, the two brothers were dissipating all the darkness of the earth, as if Krishna and Balaram were mountains of sapphire and silver. Without hesitating, Akrura immediately got down from his chariot and fell flat, just like a rod, before Krishna and Balaram. Upon touching the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Akrura became overwhelmed with transcendental bliss. Akrura's voice choked up, and Akrura could not even speak. Due to Akrura's transcendental pleasure, incessant torrents of tears fell from his eyes. Akrura thus remained stunned in ecstasy, as if devoid of all powers to see and speak. Meanwhile, Lord Krishna, who is always very kind to his devotees, raised Akrura up with his hands and embraced him. By extending his hand, which was marked with the chariot wheel or chakra, Lord Krishna indicated his ability to kill Kamsa. It appeared that Lord Krishna was very pleased with Akrura, and Balaram also embraced Akrura. Taking Akrura by the hand, Krishna and Balaram brought Akrura to their sitting room, where they offered Akrura a very nice sitting place and water for washing his feet. Krishna and Balaram also worshipped Akrura with a suitable presentation of honey mixed with other ingredients. And when Akrura was thus comfortably seated, Krishna and Balaram offered Akrura a cow in charity. And then Krishna brought very palatable dishes, and Akrura accepted them. Akrura had traveled to the house of Krishna and Balaram and arrived on the 12th lunar day, on which one should not break a fast at night. However, Akrura dispensed with this formality because Akrura was eager to receive food in Krishna's house. When Akrura finished eating, Balaram gave Akrura betel nuts and spices, as well as pulp of sandalwood, just to make Akrura more pleased and comfortable. It is the Vedic system of receiving a guest that it was completely observed by Lord Krishna himself, and he was doing this just to teach everyone else how to receive a guest at one's home. It is a Vedic injunction that even if a guest is an enemy, one should be received so well that the enemy does not apprehend any danger from the host. And even if the host is a poor man, he can at least offer a straw mat as a sitting place and a glass of water to drink. Krishna and Balaram welcomed Akrura in a way befitting Akrura's exalted position. And after Akrura was thus properly received and seated, Nanda Maharaj, the foster father of Krishna, spoke. "Oh, my dear Akrura, what shall I inquire from you? I know that you are being protected by Kamsa, but Kamsa is most cruel and demoniac. Kamsa's protection is just like the slaughterhouse keeper's protection of animals that he will only kill in the future. Kamsa is so selfish that he has killed the sons of his own sister, 6 of them. So, how can I honestly believe that Kamsa is protecting the citizens of Mathura?" This statement is most significant. If the political or executive heads of the state are simply interested in themselves, then they can never look after the welfare of the citizens. As Nanda Maharaj spoke to Akrura with pleasing words, Akrura forgot all the fatigue of the day's journey from Mathura to Vrindavan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.